Hi there, it's David on The Resourceful Coach, and we're going to look at your putting today, and the main thing we're going to focus on is reducing those 3 putts. We're going to give you some simple drills to really help you achieve this. So first drill we're going to look at, very easy to do. All I want you to do is go to the putting green, find the straight putt. Okay, it might take you a few minutes, but you're looking for a 3-foot straight putt. Your putter's about 3 foot in length, and all you're going to do is position your golf ball around about the length of your putter away. And all you're going to work on here is one simple thing. It's a straight putt. We've put a T-peg at the back of the hole, pink T-peg there. And all I'm focusing on, and this is the key thing, really focus on hitting the ball on that line. That's all you're looking to do. And for me, the first and most important thing when you're putting is, can you start the ball on the correct line? It was the #1 thing Tiger Woods worked on his game. So this is the simplest way. Even if you do a 2-foot putt, as long as you can start that ball on the correct line, you're doing everything we want you to do. So I think a 3-foot putt, really good. See if you can stand over it. You can use these types of balls that we've got here, tailor-made balls, Tour Response, which have those markings on it, or any ball nowadays tends to have a mark that you can aim where you want to go. If it helps you to line up better, do it, okay? Don't have to. It's what you feel right with. So all I'm doing here is just simply straight foot, 3-foot putt. Goal is, can I put 3 balls in the hole from there and get the ball rolling through? Okay, that's all I'm looking to do. And you can see also with the camera there, it's picking up the roll of the ball. That's why I like these balls for practicing with, because it shows you how well you're stroking the putt away, get the ball rolling through. So it's a very simple start to this exercise, to this video, through. And all I'm focusing on is, #1, I'm pointing the ball at the T-peg. And then the second thing is, can I putt the ball straight at the T-peg? And by using the T-peg as my target, it makes the target small. That's the important thing. We want to make that target as small as we can to get that ball rolling through towards the hole. Let's see if we can get our 3rd one. Good. Okay, that one tried to go away a little bit. So again, you can hit as many of these as you want to work on that idea and develop that skill. But that's simply part #1. Find a straight 3-foot putt, T-peg at the back of the hole, roll 3 or 4 balls in. You can do as many as you want. I've just done it with 3 balls. We're going to go the second part now to really develop that skill. So here's our second part, and what we're going to do is just extend what we've just worked on, and we've moved it back now to about a 15 to 20-foot putt. And all I've done here, we've gone on still the straight line. That's the key thing that we're working on here. And what I find is when people start to increase the stroke, they start to push the ball off the line they want to go. They either pull it left or push it right, and it doesn't do exactly what we want it to do. So all we've done here, we've just taken 2 T-pegs, we've put them in the ground, given us a little sort of alleyway there for the ball to go through. And we've only done it within the first foot. Because even though we worked on a 3-foot putt there, everything about what we're achieving here is starting the ball on the correct line. That's the priority. So here we're going to do 3 balls again, now from 15 feet. We've got a little alleyway to go through, and the goal is, can I start the ball and hit it through that alleyway? Okay, that's the key thing, through those 2 T-pegs. Okay, not worried if I don't get the speed right. I want to make sure I'm getting through there, but I'm just working on that emphasis of getting the distance approximately right. If I'm 3 or 4 feet away from it, that's fine. I want to start the ball up the green that way. Okay, now, green sloped a little bit that way, and that's fine. That's not a problem. I didn't hit the T-pegs. That's the key thing. So line up my next ball. Make sure I've got that correct. Come back and check it. Yep, that's going straight through. So if I hit the correct putt, I won't hit the T-pegs. That's the priority. Okay, so got it going through. That was a much better stroke. You can see the ball rolling over itself as you go through. So I could be a little bit off, and this is where you could be a little bit tougher on yourself if you want. I've put those T-pegs probably about, if I'm honest, about 2.5 inches apart, and a ball is just under 2 inches. So you could make it tougher and bring those T-pegs in slightly, okay, and make it a little bit more the size of the ball, all right? And then that's the ultimate. You'd love it to be able to go through there. All right, come back and check it again. Okay, and what we've got there, and that's going through nicely. So all I'm looking to do now is get the ball going through, and that looks really tight. It's one of those things where you look at it and that looks a little bit scary. double check that I've got that right, because when I stood over that, that looks like I'm closer to that. So I'm fractionally closer to that peg. So just take a little bit of time, because what you don't want to do is actually hit a good putt and end up getting a bad result, and you've just set the drill up incorrectly. So goal is now, I've made that really tight. Wouldn't go any smaller than that. Can I put it through those T-pegs? Now I know I'm starting on the right line. Through. There we go. All right, so you can see by making that a little bit tougher, making it really exact, that was a straight putt. What I must have done on the first two, because one went slightly right, one went slightly left, I still went through the area, so I'm never going to be too far away, but they weren't perfect. So start with it, put it, as I said, golf ball is, I think, 1.68 inches to be exact from one side to the other. Give yourself maybe a 2.5 inch gap, and then bring it into that 2 inches, okay, and give yourself that challenge as you go through. So that's the second part of our drill. Part one, can I hit a straight 3-foot putt? Now as the stroke gets bigger, can I still hit that ball on the correct line? That's what I'm working on. Okay, now what we're going to do is look at 3 and 4 to put together maybe a putt you'd get on the golf course, so you understand how to develop the skills that we're looking for to make sure, as we said, reduce those 3 putts and really get that ball close to the hole, or even maybe making more 1 putts. So here's our third part. And for me, when I come to sort of working with people on their putting, I'd say it's the most important part to begin with. And it's the first thing you do when you get to the green, and that's reading your putt. If you don't know how to read a putt, it's very difficult then to know where to aim and how hard to hit the putt. And when I look at green reading, and I've done a few videos now, and please go and look at them, the biggest thing for me is understanding the speed of the putt as it arrives at the hole is going to be controlled by gravity. So as the ball runs out of energy, the ball is going to be pulled to the lowest point. And the idea I would have when I'm standing over a putt is I would go, my first thing would be, I wouldn't read the putt so much from the ball, I would read the putt very much from the hole. And what I'm looking at first of all is to think, what's it going to do at the end of its run? It's going to physically take the slope, and the low point is where it's going to go. So I imagine if I filled the hole up with water and it started overflowing, where would the water run? And what that's telling me, on this particular occasion, I put a T-peg in the ground here, the low point is going this way. So this particular putt from here to the hole is a straight putt. Anything now, as I look at it from here, coming from this side, which I'd call the 9 o'clock, must come in from the top side, must come in from this side. So that has to be a left to right putt. Anything from this side, which I'd call the 3 o'clock, has got to go right to left. So straight away, you're starting to understand how the slope is going to affect your ball. And then where you are relative to that point, where you are on the clock face, determines whether it's uphill or downhill. Anytime your putt is, say, the 6 o'clock side, it's got to be an uphill putt. Anything more on the 12 o'clock side, it has to be a downhill putt. So by learning that, it's giving you good information. And what we're looking at today is to put these two parts together, the green reading with the ability to start the ball on the right line. So looking at this putt here, we're around about that 15 feet away, about 6 paces or so away from the hole, and it's a 2% slope. Okay, and I'm at the maximum break. So how my method works is that you're 6 paces, we times it by the 2, so this is going to break approximately 1 foot. Okay, from left to right, because the low point is there, my ball is going to come down the green, it's going to turn towards that low point. So what we're going to put into the green, let's put another T-peg in. We found the low point there, let's put another T-peg in, and a golf hole is approximately 4 inches across, so there's 3 of them in every foot, so 1, 2, 3, we're going to put a T-peg in the ground there, approximately a foot to the side of the hole. And now we're going to put these two ideas together. The goal is to get that ball into the hole, but what I must be able to do is start the ball on the right line, but also have the ability to read the putt at the same point. And what you may find at first, you may not get one of those pieces right on the clock face or the steepness of the slope, but as long as in a minute when we do the final bit, we start it on the right line, in line to that T-peg, then we're doing everything we should be doing to get the desired result that we want with the putt. So let's see if we can put these ideas together. We've learned how to hit a straight putt with the first 2 parts. We've now read the putt. Now have I got the ability to start the ball on the right line. So here's our 4th bit. And what we're really looking for now is to put these two ideas together. The ability to start the ball on the right line and your ability to read the greens. And if you can combine these two things together, what I find then is people's control of weight becomes so much better. You start to see the ball doing much more what you think it should do, and then you'll start to get those sort of pieces all coming together. So we've talked about on the previous bit the green reading and the ability to read the green. And what we've set up is our tee peg to a foot to the left of the hole. The other tee peg to the right of it is showing us the low point. And now what we've set up here are our two tee pegs that we had at the very beginning, which is the idea of the little alleyway we went through. So when we worked on that second part, we were trying to get that ball starting on the right line. And the goal now is not to putt to the hole. The goal is to trust the line and aim towards that tee peg, which is exactly what the alleyway has done. That's what we've created to get the desired result that we want. So that's what we're looking to do. So let's see if we can do that. Set myself up to the shot, commit to that line, and if I get the right pace, if I've read it correctly, there's a pretty good chance we're going to hold that putt. So main emphasis now, trust the line of the putter there, and now just check with the distance to the hole, put it through the little gateway, roll it through, and you can see exactly what was happening to the shot there. We talked about how the ball would turn to the right, and we can see how that's gone that way to get the result we were getting there, okay? So I can look at two things there, okay? Was there more slope there, or did I slightly push the putt? Because there is a little bit of room for error going through that gateway. All right, what we'll do is we'll play a second one to see if we can see if it was my ability to read the green, or was it my ability to not quite start it on exactly the right line. Now the other key thing I would say to him, we mentioned it earlier, take your time to set it up, because if you get it wrong and you hit one of the pegs, you think your technique's terrible, when maybe it's not. So just take a little bit of time, make sure that ball's set up correctly. But let's see if we can do a better version. Now the second putt we've done is the one I talked about. I've probably hit it a little bit too hard, but the ball has actually ended up directly behind the hole. So I now know my read is good. I started it on the right line. The reason it didn't go in the hole is because I hit it a little bit too firm. All right, remember, we always go onto the green with 3 balls. The reason why I only go on with 3 balls is because you can end up getting balls in the way and then you have to go and move them. So I see people go out on the putting green with about 10 balls. Just go out with 3. It's good for your back as well. If you're standing over it hitting 10 ball after ball after ball, your back will start to hurt. So we're going to set it up again. Let's see if we can get the speed right this time and hopefully hold that putt. But the worst case scenario, both of those balls are around about 12 to 15 inches from the hole. So what did we say at the start of the video? No more 3 putts. That's pretty much giving me the chance to do it. So let's do the third one and then we'll wrap up and go through what we've done today. Well, it didn't go in, but as we can see from the results there, that one's ended up only about a hole distance away, 4 inches away from the hole. So really happy with that. That's something, an exercise, if I practice it and work on it, I'm going to start guaranteeing I'm going to get these putts closer. And law of averages say if you keep putting it in that general area, you're going to hold some putts. So let's do a recap what we've talked about today. All about reducing those 3 putts, but it's mainly 2 things. The ability to read the green and the ability to start the ball on the correct line. So the first 2 parts, what we did, part 1, just a simple 3-foot straight putt. Put a tee peg at the back of the hole, knock it in the hole. Do that 3 or 4 times. Then lengthen it to about 15 feet, create that little gateway. Put those 2 tee pegs down around about just over 2 inches apart and see if you can putt the ball through. As soon as you make the putt a little bit longer, does your technique go a little bit off? Stick it through that gateway. 3, read the putt. And the idea about this is the commitment to the line, because by reading the putt now, you're not aiming at the hole. On this occasion, we were aiming a foot to the left of the hole. So I had to have the mental picture to commit to that idea. Yes, I created the gateway to help me to do it, but you've still got to have that mindset. That's where it's going to go. The slope is going to bring the ball round to the hole. And if you work on that drill, and then if you do use like the tour response balls there with the line on them, use those balls, you may find that helps you to aim where you want to go and you feel you can start the ball on the right line. I hope that video's helped you today. It makes a massive difference to my game knowing that I'm starting the ball on the right line, and it improved, as I said, my technique both in reading the greens and my trust in sort of committing to that line as I went through. And I probably, if I'm honest, I probably 3-putt 1 in every 100 holes. I know that sounds sort of amazing. Probably go about 6 rounds, 5-6 rounds, and I have 1 3-putt. And that's because I get that first putt much closer, and this drill helped me to do it. If you have enjoyed today's video, please subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you soon.